Hello and welcome to some Minecraft. Today we are going to be playing some survival on a multiplayer server, hopefully with no one else anywhere in the near distance. To be honest, I just wanted to play some Minecraft, and I love playing Minecraft, and I love watching Minecraft content, and so I figured, hey, what the heck, why not join in on the fun? And if I'm going to be playing it anyways, I might as well try making some content about it. So today we're going to start a brand new survival server here, and I am excited to try this out. If it's a little bit awkward, a little bit weird, hey, just bear with me. We're just having some fun here, and we're trying some things out for the first time. So as the sun sets, let's get started on our first day here. So obviously my first night I had to hide away in a little dirt hole, but once we got in there and waited for the night to pass, I quickly grabbed some sugarcane and then started chopping my first tree. And now that I got some wood, let's just throw together some planks and a crafting table here real quick. And then we can get some tools to grab some stone. Once I got the stone, I was able to get some animals and get some food going. Great. And now with all the essentials out of the way, there's one thing I gotta do. A leather cap and dye it yellow. Nice. We're looking good. And now that that's out of the way, we can quickly just grab a few more pieces of wood here for a little bit of starter material. And the last thing I really want to do here is just make this mine a bit deeper and get a bit more cobblestone. In all honesty, I was kind of completely unaware of how long it takes to edit little clips like that, so props to all those YouTubers who do it super often because it's a lot of work. But hey, as you may have noticed here, we've expanded our island a little bit. We got some more sugarcane, put out some copper. I did a little bit more tree farming, even gathered these cows, and as you can see, I got some iron armor as well, so we're in a bit of a better place to get rolling here. Now, I don't have a ton of resources going for me at this point in time, but I wanted to start talking about what are some of my plans for this little world here and this island area. So you can see that's my home island there in the middle of this little body of water, and I can't see super far all around it here, but you can see there's these nice little cliffs that kind of go around the edge. And what I'm thinking is I am picturing a bit of houses that kind of go along these edges of these cliffs that sort of hang off and have these tall pillars that kind of go down to the water. Maybe I could even increase the slope of this to make it even steeper so that there's houses like on these platforms but also like hanging off the walls. And then maybe right in the middle we either keep this island and build it up, build a little tower and a little house and some kind of fishing shack, something like that right on the island there. Or alternatively, we could get rid of this island completely and just have a nice bay in this area. Now, I know there are some cherry blossoms up over there, and I think there's a village over this hill that way as well. So that can help us get started on some farms and things like that. But for now, I think I would like to get a little bit of a starter base going, maybe somewhere over on that waterfront over there. So one of the things I wanted to make sure that I talked about in this video is Minecraft content, or even just making content in 2024. I mean, the truth is, it's not the same scene as it was 5 years ago, or 10 years ago for that matter. So, is it even worth it? And I actually heard this really interesting quote that got me thinking about this recently. And it went like this: one of the hardest parts of the creative process is not judging your own ideas before they're given a chance to live. And I think there's a lot of truth to that, where we shut our own ideas down before we even actually run with them, before we even start the creating process. Or, for example, we start creating and we make something, but then it never sees the light of day. It's hard to create an oversaturated environment. It's hard to create anything outside of the status quo, and it's hard to be different. So I almost get this sense like, why should I start now? Why bother? Because it feels like it's just going to be a wash. Feels like it's not really going to be worth it. And I'm trying really hard to break that line of thinking, because that's the exact kind of thinking that gets me where I am. Nowhere. Well, not exactly nowhere, but you know what I mean. And I think the whole point of being creative is the not copy and paste. Like, I see so much of this, what we call beastification, making something that's already been created or recreating it to get the views or get the likes or whatever it is, right? But I think the creative process is all about creating something new. It's about letting those ideas flow through you and actually doing something with them, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. I want to just run with it, to actually create something, even if it flops. And the other side of it is that I often create things that are one-offs, and they're fun, they're great, but it never particularly goes anywhere. I want to create in a way that I enjoy doing so. And like I mentioned at the start of this video, I really enjoy playing Minecraft, and I really enjoy watching Minecraft content, so I figured, hey, why not jump on that bandwagon? Because I think the thing with the other areas of creativity that I use is that they tend to get boring, or they tend to turn into work, and that makes it discouraging to want to create anymore. I honestly just kind of want to be able to have fun. And I think that's what everyone says it's all about. It shouldn't be about the views, and it shouldn't be about this or that, but honestly, that's hard to do. Like, that's so much easier said than done. And of course I want to be just having fun, but there's a little piece in you that really wants it to do well as well. And so the underlying question is, oh, will it succeed? And the truth is, I don't know. But I watched this really interesting video recently where this girl was talking about 1 year. In 1 year, your whole life can change. In 1 year, a whole bunch of stuff can change, and you can become a completely different person. If you take something and run with it for even just 1 year, everything can change. And so I don't know if I can answer the question, will it succeed? But I know I can try. I can do the best I can to have fun. I can do the best I can to produce consistent content. And I can try my best to make the best content that I can, but I don't really know if it's actually going to end up anywhere. And so I don't know if it will succeed. But hey, I'm here now, I'm creating now, and I'm trying something out. So wish me luck, I guess, and join the adventure. Okay, good chat. On to the next thing. Alrighty, resource gathering montage aside, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm kind of trying a whole bunch of stuff out for the first time. My little yellow cap here was dying, so I had to make an iron one. But I got a bunch of resources, a whole bunch of cobble and stuff like that. So now I think we're ready to start for real building this thing over here. But you can see things are starting to get real messy real quick around here. I went over and gathered some stuff from the village, and I got a bunch of random things, as well as I made this little map. I don't know if you can see, the village is like right almost there. Or wait, sorry, it's the other direction. The village is over that way, so I think that means the village is like right here on the map. You can't quite see it. But yeah, anyway, things are going well. We got some progress. We got lots of stuff going now, and I got like beetroots and potatoes and carrots and all this goodness, but now this whole island is just kind of a mess. And I would like to actually build something, and yeah, like I said in that last clip over here I think is a great place to build a little starting house, so let's actually do that now. And with things looking a little more barren over there now, I want to start with first a little bit of terraforming along this cliff edge. But first I'm going to set up a little bit of copper to get all smelted up here because, or sorry, not copper, cobblestone, because I think I'm going to use stone bricks for our roof here. But let's get some terraforming underway. Alright, so we've got a bit of a blocked outline here of kind of the shape of what I think I'm going to go for with this house. And I think what we'll do is we'll have a back entrance level kind of up here somewhere, and then there'll be a little staircase down to a lower level here, which then will walk out to kind of like a deck or something that overhangs here. Now, I just pushed this cliff back here to kind of support that infrastructure of the house. But I may even pull this water in underneath here and pull this beach all the way back. I'm not too sure yet, but you can see I've got some cut stone bricks and copper for outlining the roof. And so we should be able to get a good little shape going here too. And there we have a bit of the roof structure in place here. You can see kind of what I'm going for with this outline with the copper and the stone brick centers. It's a pretty basic color palette at this point in time, but I think this is kind of what we've got for some beginner materials. And you can see just what that framing looks like from a distance over here on the island. It's pretty nicely fit, kind of snug in that area there, and I think it will complement that shape of that hill nicely. It's a bit tall, I must say, but I kind of like that shape anyway. And if we just pull out this little deck right here, I think we can make the deck 2 or 3 blocks wide and actually make this a full-blown proper room. So that'll be a nice little floor here that kind of goes out into this area, and then we can have some sort of staircase that goes up to this main level. Now, sadly, I think we're going to have to make the walls out of something pretty basic, oak, wood, or something like that at this point. I'm not really sure what to color them, but we'll give it a try and kind of see what we get. But so far, I like the direction of where this whole thing is going. Okay, bear with me on the lack of details here on this house, but you can see what it starts to look like with a little bit of oak in play here. The shape of the house is definitely a lot thicker and flatter than I thought, and so I want to definitely fix up the details a lot more. I try to add as much little details as I can around the windows especially, but you can see kind of what the main shape looks like. And I started a little bit of the detailing. I think I want to break up the texture of the roof especially. You can see even here I accidentally made one of these stone stairs instead of stone brick stairs, and it just helps break up the pattern of the roof. That kind of makes things look a little bit more natural, I guess. And you can really tell from a distance kind of what that does to the overall shape. And yeah, of course, if we come inside here in the front door, you can see we've got just a little main floor. There's some storage here, and I'm thinking a big tall window and then a little upstairs floor there as well, which I'm thinking up here maybe we'll do something kind of like a bedroom, but it feels a little cramped, so maybe I'll push out this roof or something like that anyway. Probably glass panes for the windows as well, and then come downstairs. This will be an area for more expansion underground later too. I don't know, maybe that's farms, maybe we have a little underground access to the water or something, and then like a fishing spot off the dock or something like that. So yeah, we're starting to figure things out here a little bit. Again, the oak I feel like is not necessarily the ideal material, but I've only got oak and birch in this area so far, so at least it's something. It's humble beginnings, but hey, we've got something starting to come here. So let's detail this thing up. And just like that, we've got a bunch of details added to the house here that I think really make this thing come to life a lot more. Now, one of the big struggles that I tried to fix that I mentioned earlier was these walls felt quite flat. And I wanted to put in some side shutters or something like that, but I didn't quite know what to do on the corners between the windows here. And so maybe I'll still think about that a bit more. But for now, what I've done is I've just put in glass panes and indented the windows, as well as made this little indent around the bottom to kind of bring the shape out of the walls a bit more, and then I just kind of covered the whole thing in leaves. I did manage to find a few more. I found some spruce trees, and of course the cherry blossom as well, so I just sheared a bunch of birch and oak and covered the house in leaves, which makes it look a little bit overgrown. And even in the rain like this, I think it really helps the house have a lot of character and a lot of life. A little bit of smoke coming out of the top adds a bit of detail. I don't know if it's too much or if it's not enough or what, but it does still feel like it's missing something to a touch. I will say though that this does feel a lot better here. You can see I've covered this beach in actual sand. We pulled back the water right here so that the house is actually overhanging into the water, which I think that adds a little bit. And it's coming along. It's definitely still needing a little bit of work, touch-ups here and there. But I think for now, for a starter base, this is okay. I didn't really add anything onto the interior either yet. It's still feeling pretty blank and empty kind of up here. And like you see the little bits of roof stick through. I don't really know if there's much that you can do about that, but we're looking okay for a starting point. I even cleaned up down here. I don't have an enchanting table yet, but I'm thinking this will be our little enchanting setup back here. We'll make things a little bit nicer and have some armor set up. Of course, our original yellow cap as well. But we've got lots of room for different things that we can do down here as well. I think it's a great little starting base that has a lot of life to it, and it's a good place just to even get our feet on the ground and have some place to store items to keep going back to while we're working on the other farms. Of course, at this point in time though, I still don't have any diamonds, and I can't get one to the nether, but two, an enchantment setup going, and so I would love to get a little bit of diamonds if we can on this first episode. But so far I think this has been some great progress for episode 1 and for my first Minecraft video on this channel. I think this is a great start, and I really enjoyed this process. Tell me what you guys think. What would make a good video? What would make entertaining content? What are the kind of stuff that you guys want to see? Because obviously Let's Plays are a part of it, but I think there's some more things that we could do that are fun as well. Like, for example, we did a couple of those little intro edits at the beginning and the start of this video. And I don't just want to do talking like this forever, even though I guess this feels good. I feel like it tends to get boring sooner than later, and I would rather just have lots of time lapses and edits and building tutorials and that kind of stuff. But why don't you guys let me know down below, what do you think? Is it possible to start a Minecraft channel here in 2024? Is it possible to actually succeed? Are people still interested in this, or is there really no hope in your personal opinion? And what makes a good entertaining video? Yeah, why don't you guys let me know down below. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. I think we made some great progress, and I'm really looking forward to see how this is received and what you guys think about this whole project. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.